Hey, it's Erin. Are you looking to build boulder shoulders? If so, today's workout is for you. All you need are dumbbells and an adjustable bench. Just because the workout is simple does not mean it's easy. In fact, it is brutally good. Without further ado, let's hit the gym and train. Let's get into this workout. Our first exercise is a high incline shoulder press. And to set up, you'll want to set the bench just beyond 90 degrees. You're going to give yourself a little bit of an incline here. You're going to grasp your dumbbells and kick them up into pressing position, which should be right in front of the shoulder. Your palms should be facing away from you. Press the dumbbells up, starting with a wide base, getting narrower at the top. Nice and slow on that negative. And the reason we're using this high incline is because it's more shoulder friendly. This is going to hit the side delts. It's also going to hit the front delts. Make sure you control that negative. Get your upper arm to just below parallel, a little bit lower if you can. Extra range of motion is always great for building muscle. Next, we're going to move on to high incline upright rows. You're going to set the bench down from the high incline shoulder press by 1 or 2 pegs and place your chest on the bench, with your feet about shoulder width apart on the floor. Now keep in mind, the lower you go with this incline, the more you're going to hit those rear delts. So you can experiment if you would like. You're going to begin this exercise by pulling the dumbbells directly up, and you can also experiment with the width that you're holding the dumbbells at. You can go a little bit wider if you have wrist issues. Now, as you're pulling the dumbbells up, focus on keeping your forearms perpendicular to the floor, keeping your thumbs wrapped around the dumbbells. Give your shoulders a good squeeze. So think about pinning your shoulder blades back, squeezing them together at that mid-rep portion and going nice and slow on the negative. Now, as you start to reach the bottom, you're going to give a nice stretch here and go ahead and go right back into pulling the dumbbells up. So you don't want to spend too much time at the bottom. You're going to spend a little bit more time at that mid-rep point, giving that nice squeeze. And to get a better mind-muscle connection, you can also hold that mid-rep squeeze a little bit longer if you would like. Next, we're moving into the incline lateral raise. Now, this exercise is one of my favorite lateral raise variations, simply because if you think about how we typically perform the lateral raise, we are sitting upright or standing upright. So at that initial point when we start the lateral raise, there is almost zero resistance due to gravity. So by placing yourself at an incline, you are starting the exercise with a high amount of resistance on those delts, which is going to give you better progress over time. Now, I like to start with that non-dominant side or that weaker side. And as you're performing this exercise, you really want to think about performing it exactly the same from left side to right side. And make sure that you are solid on that bench, and you're going to go ahead and place your non-working arm over the end of the bench to give yourself a little extra stability. Now, from that starting point, the dumbbell should be resting lightly on your hip, and you're going to raise the dumbbell up until it reaches a point where you feel gravity ceasing to work, and then you're going to go ahead and lower that dumbbell back to the starting position. Try not to spend too much time at that starting position and go right back into your next rep. And as always, when you switch sides, just make sure you're setting yourself up the same on the opposite side. Next, we're moving on to the shoulder to shoulder press. This is going to be more of a slow twitch movement. So we are hitting both muscle fiber types here. You got a little bit heavier with that high incline shoulder press, and with the upright rows, it's going to hit more fast twitch. Now we're back onto the slow twitch muscles. Grasp your dumbbell with interlocking fingers. And you're going to stand with feet about shoulder width apart, soft knee, and you're going to place the dumbbell in front of one shoulder, and you're going to form an almost rainbow position or range of motion. And as you press with your starting arm, you're going to feel the weight of that dumbbell in the palm of your working hand. And you're going to be able to spot yourself as this exercise becomes more difficult. You're just going to press the dumbbell overhead and across to the other shoulder and repeating on the other side. And as you switch to the other side, you're going to feel that pressure of the dumbbell in your working hand. So the pressure should always be switching to that working side. And again, if you get tired, you can always use your non-working arm to give yourself a little push. So you're going to go until it gets difficult. You're going to do a couple more reps. Then when it feels almost impossible, you're going to spot yourself. It should really burn. It's supposed to. Next, we're moving on to the rear delt raise. Now, if you're not familiar with this exercise, this is an excellent way to target the rear delts in a move that is seldom done in a gym for whatever reason. Now, the incline should be set to around 45 degrees. You're going to grab a light pair of dumbbells here, and with an underhand grip, so your palms are going to actually be facing away from you, you are going to think about pushing those dumbbells back and slightly away from your body. Now, very important in this exercise, you want to make sure that you're keeping the same soft elbow throughout. If you start to bend your elbow throughout the exercise, your triceps are going to take over. So really important to fix your arms and really think about pushing those dumbbells back and away. And get that nice squeeze at the mid-rep point and slowly lower the dumbbells almost until your arms reach perpendicular to the floor, and then you're going to press them back and away again. Last exercise, our finisher. This is the iron cross exercise. You're going to do as many reps as you can. Grab light dumbbells for this one as well. 5 or 10 pounds should work great. You're going to start with an overhand grip, and the dumbbells should be in front of you with your arms extended, feet shoulder width apart. You're going to focus on bringing the dumbbells straight up in a front raise. Then you are going to extend those dumbbells out to the side, lower them to your side, bring them up in a lateral raise. You're going to push those dumbbells up in the lateral raise, bring them across back to the front, and then you're going to lower them back to the starting position. This is 1 rep. So you're going to do as many reps as you possibly can until it burns, and then you're going to do some more. When it comes to building incredible shoulders, it's important to note that the shoulders have 3 heads. So you've got your front delts, your side or your medial delts, and your rear delts. And they don't receive the same priority. For example, if your goal is to build width across the upper body, you want that X frame or that V taper, then we're really going to focus on mostly the side delts and the rear delts. When you build out the side or the medial delts, you are adding width across the upper body. And this is going to make your waist look much smaller. It is going to balance your upper body to your lower body. And we can't neglect the rear delts either. Typically, they do get trained when you're hitting back, but focusing on them separately can really bring them up. And it's like the icing on the cake, right? If you've got these beautifully well-developed rear delts, you're gonna have just that little extra oomph or width across your back as well. Now the front delts, we will hit them. We're gonna hit them in the high incline shoulder press and the iron cross, but they do get a lot of work in other exercises, so they're not the priority. We really want to focus on building that width. So let me know what you think in the comments below. What would you like to see next? If you made it this far, you are awesome. Keep training hard, keep up the great work. Understand that to develop anything impressive is going to take time and dedication, and make sure you're eating to support those goals as well. Thanks for watching. Until next time, train hard, y'all.